future for each other.
I've written it down in mine.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah.
But I'm interested in feminism. I've done a lot of research. Are you actually a feminist?
I am a feminist. Proud.
Proud.
Card-carrying witch feminist.
I'm happy to find you here because I always... Hold on. Thank you. I always like to have conversations with feminists. Tell me what you mean by what you consider feminism in your mind.
Feminism is equal rights to men and women.
And when you say it's equal rights for men and women, you're talking about social, political, and economic.
Yes.
And
intersectional feminism, which means everybody, not just white people.
yeah, of course. So you're more on that. There's a woman in the 1960s. She wrote. Her name is Bell Hooks. Do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't.
If you're into intersectional feminism, you need to research Bell Hooks. Okay, because she is one of the leading.
Yeah.
She's actually, I think she's still alive, but she has written many works on this topic. Because, as you know, feminism in the beginning, in first wave times, was a racist.
Yes.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You might not pick up her voice and come on.
And it was really only about, equal pay, which doesn't say a lot about women who have 3 jobs or can't find a job, or brown, black, different people, and it was geared towards white, middle-class women.
Yeah, not only that, but in first wave feminism, you have people like Emily Stanton and Rebecca Latimer, who I think she was the first senator in this country to become a woman senator, and she openly in her works, I've read in primary source materials, that she was calling for the lynching of black people at the time. And the reason why is her argument for women's universal suffrage at that time was that we should not allow black people to get the vote before us, white women. Now, one of the...
We're still struggling with nonsense like that right now.
Right, you see. Now, one of the issues I have with feminism is this, and I think this carries on until this day, and I'll tell you what I mean by this, right? The feministic narrative seems to suggest that there has been a systematic oppression of women by men.
Sure.
Do you accept that, yeah?
Sure.
So almost every work that I've read, in terms of feminist literature, has this narrative, this meta-narrative, if you like, yeah? Presupposed almost, yeah? Now, there are issues with that, layers of problems.
Right, because it doesn't account for women doing the same thing to other women.
Perfect, yes. It doesn't account for women doing the same thing to other women, but more severely, it doesn't account for women doing the same thing to other men. Now, I'll tell you what I mean by that. Okay. Now, you in the beginning of this conversation, we talked about the problem with just defining feminism through the lenses of the white woman, right? You accept that slavery happened in this country, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, and it was racial type slavery to black people.
Absolutely.
Now, if I were to ask you, in this country, who was lower down on the socio-economic ladder? Was it women or black people at that time?
Black people.
Black men, right?
Black men, black women, black children.
No problem.
Yeah.
So, could we say that black men were being oppressed by white women?
Absolutely.
There you have it. So, already the meta-narrative of white women being oppressed systematically throughout history by men.
Well, we're not even accounting for, transgender women,
And that's another issue. I want to put
issue.
I want to asterisk that. I want to put that to the side. Do you remember you said this? Because there's an interesting conversation we can have on transgenders, yeah?
Oh, it's a huge thing.
It is a huge thing. And there's a difference between feminism, difference of opinion, on this matter.
Absolutely.
Right, and I would love to hear your perspective on it.
I was on a transgender TV reality show about my stepmother, and she used to be my stepfather, now she's my stepmother, so I am definitely pro-transgender community.
Now, that's where we have a discussion. It's really interesting. Because here's the thing, right? Let me tell you what position I'm coming from, okay?